Greetings, alchemists, and welcome to the Modern Alchemist channel. I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist, and this is Alchemy Journal. Today we're going to talk about Kabbalah and the kitchen sink. If you remember earlier, we did Kabbalah in your car, and I hinted at the fact that a lot of the things which we sit in or use in our lives is structured after the concepts of the Tree of Life as presented within the Kabbalah. So, in review, remember, your body is your biggest cheat note that you could ever have. So let's start. On the left hand, this would be Chokmah, and this is descending from Kether above, which is the first emanation, and Chokmah represents the first directed activity. So if I wanted to energize anything or throw energy into anything, I would use the left side of my body and project outward. I would utilize Chokmah as an energetic reservoir. Okay? On the right side is Binah. Binah is female aspected and receptive. So this would be your cold water. And Binah is associated with the planet Saturn, where Chokmah is associated with cosmic force, and its agent within our dynamic would be considered the sun. Okay, so looking at your kitchen sink, and this is every sink, everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. If it's not plumbed like this, it's plumbed wrong. Okay? And the sink is functioned exactly like the Kabbalah. So, think about Kabbalah and alchemy in this context. Chokmah represents the force which is directed against entropy, so that entropy is overcome and an active state is achieved. This is literally irresistible force against an immovable object. So as more force is applied to the entropy or static state, which is very cold, this begins to heat up. Kabbalistically, this then manifests in the center pillar called the pillar of mildness. So, on the left is the pillar of severity. On the left is the pillar of mercy, and this is under Chokmah, and this is your hot water. On the right is the pillar of severity under Binah, and this would be your cold water. And through the center is the pillar of mildness, and this would be the combination of the hot and cold blended together to create that water which is usable, temperate water. Okay, let's take a look at our kitchen sink right here. Here's a normal modern kitchen sink. You'll notice we don't actually have this one plumbed with two faucets on either side. Instead, we get a visual cue here at the center showing that the hot water, if you turn it this way, hot water is always to the left, and if you turn it this way, the cold water is to the right. So, subjectively, you walk into the sink and become the plumbing, so that on your left, remember this is subjective, on your left hand, this is hot water, masculine energy, directed force. And on your right, this is feminine energy, receptive, cold water. Got it? So, if you're a Dresden fan, this would be the aspect of summer and the fairy kingdom of Titania. And this, on the right, would be the aspect of Queen Mab and the fairy kingdom of Arctis Tor, which is absolute frozen to the very center. All right, so as you walk into the sink and you turn it on, the water that comes out of the center then is going to be mild, it will be temperate. And if you turn it this way, the water immediately starts getting warm and then very hot. And when you turn it to the right, the water gets cold. Now you have to ask yourself, what is the purpose behind this? Why would people go to such trouble? I mean, there is no real logical reason to do this. The only reason to do this is, to have them all the same, obviously, is there's a logical reason. And to make a call and say left and right, that too is a logical reason. Like you have to just decide, this is going to be hot and this will be cold. And then all the plumbers unions get together and they say, this is hot and this is cold. And that's the rules. The question you want to ask though is, who was the first person to make that decision? And were they working with the practical aspect of applied consciousness to frame and stage your mind so that every time you washed your hands, every time you bathed, every time you got in the shower, you thought of the application of the function of energy within the universe. Applied energy doing this way, and receptive energy coming in this way. Masculine and feminine. All right, That's Kabbalah and the Kitchen Sink. You stay tuned for other changes in the alchemy world as I come up with more examples of Kabbalah and the Tree of Life. I'll share them with you. And remember that Sunday, 4 o'clock, I will be teaching alchemy courses at the Druids Nook, downtown Olympia. And it starts, I still have a few seats left, and of course there's an overflow list. So please contact Dan at the Druids Nook, and the information will be in the information section below here. Thank you again. I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist, and this is Alchemy Journal.